the support we get might not be the support we need. So sometimes I think it's good for people to think, like, if I am to bless you, famous, I have to think, what is it that works for you?
True.
Not what is it that works for me. You get
that is no longer a blessing if it's something that works for you.
And I think that's what our market is like right now. People do what they think works for them, but not what really works for the industry.
People have this belief that the Kenyans don't support their own. They're more comfortable supporting foreigners. So if you're telling me this is encouraging.
Yeah, very.
It's encouraging because we see the likes of Ruga come to Kenya, the stadium is filled up.
Yeah.
We see the likes of Kaid come to Kenya and it's filled up. Yeah. And these artists will not fill up 20% of that capacity in Nigeria.
Wow.
But when they go to Kenya, it's filled up. But when you call in a Kenyan artist to fill up a stadium, they won't come out.
Kenyans are a unique one.
Yeah.
Kenyans, oh my God, we are unique.
Tell me about that.
Like, today we can decide, you know what, we're supporting this person, and tomorrow they're so against you have no idea.
I've always wanted to talk about the Kenyan market. I've always wanted to talk about what I feel, what people talk about the Kenyan market and how it can be improved. Because I'm big for Kenya, I'm big for East Africa, and I'm big for Africa. And I'm also big for Kappa.
Yeah.
So it's I'm like a bridge between both regions. I want to spread the love, I want to spread the culture and the growth on both sides.
I kept my dignity and I pushed on in that club. I lost a lot of jobs because probably I couldn't compromise, and probably I slept hungry because I didn't take a few dollars here and there over probably a plate of dinner or something. I never compromised, and that is what has kept me relevant. Why? The moment you get to a place where you respect each other with a person, then that's proper network for you, and you keep that person as a friend. Because one, they value because you're a stand-up chick, and if there's anything that ever happens between you and anybody, it is from a clean place.
In the industry today, we hear a lot of stories, where ladies are forced to compromise even when they want to. It's all about the drive for success. So they compromise to get positions, to get gigs, to be on the spotlight. And actually, how long does this compromise keep?
It doesn't.
The fame.
It doesn't. You know why? Probably you come in as this young, little, smart, classy girl. You compromise yourself. A month, 2 months, another one comes.
You have to keep the track.
Yeah, another one comes and the main guy was with you, looks at this other one and they want to go with this other one. So you have nowhere to go. You already compromised yourself, you're done. What else can you give? You gave up the most valuable thing that you could have held on to, but you messed it up. There's a huge disconnect with the entertainment industry and the government. It's a cold war. It might be ignored, but the crash is there. And until that cold war is resolved, there's nothing much that will happen. Because I think the government will try to get an easy way out, probably use the people who are supporting them. And the real people who can make a change are just there feeling angry and bitter and wanting to fight these other people. So it becomes a whole confused state. And that is where we are at the moment. I pray for clarity.
Hello, it's so good to have you back on the Inside Podcast. It's always a lovely pleasure to be here creating content, amazing content at that, for your viewing pleasure. And today it's not going to be different. Today is going to be yet another big vibe because the diva of Africa is live in Qatar and we were so lucky to have her in the studio. So it's going to be an exciting moment. So sit back, relax, and get set for what is about to come. But before we move, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? We have to keep growing. It's our community. It's not my community. It's not the community of the Inside. It's our community. So please subscribe and make sure you click on the notification bell. And don't subscribe alone. Share with your friends and family, and also follow us on other social media platforms at The Inside Qatar. And you'll be glad you did. So for us to start today, I'm going to introduce you to an amazing diva. She is a queen of African entertainment. She's been there for ages, for over 20 years. Over 2 decades, she's been in the industry. She's standing tall, remaining relevant. She's going to tell us why she still remains relevant, because I don't know how she does it, but she's there year in, year out. So today we have in the studio a powerhouse in the African entertainment scene. She's a celebrated actress, sought after DJ. She has played all across the world, in Australia, in America, Europe, just name it. And she's also a TV personality and a proud Kenyan creative with global influence. From starring in iconic Kenyan shows like Tarsi, I don't know if I pronounced it well, Tahidi High and Changes, to winning Best Supporting Actress at the Nollywood and African Film Critics Award in Los Angeles for her role in When Love Comes Around. She's been representing Kenya on international stages, both as a performer and as a cultural ambassador. There's a lot for her. She wears so many hats. She rocks decks in Nigeria, Ghana, Burundi, in the United States, Australia, and she is the founder of Park and Chill, one of the biggest car hangouts events in Africa. And most recently, you have seen her on Showmax reality TV show, which is the Mommy's Club NBO. And she's bold, she's versatile, and she's back in Qatar for the 3rd time. And she's bringing the hits and vibes all the way from East Africa. So ladies and gentlemen, so much to talk about Pierra Makena. She's live here in the studio, going to give us a bang show. So join me to welcome Pierra Makena.
Oh, that introduction, oh my God. No. Like, it was so heartfelt. I'm just like, oh my God, that's what you really think? That's what people really think? From where you got the information, like, it's so deep.
That's what we know.
Oh,
that's
wow.
what the world knows about you, and that's what our viewers are going to know more today from you. That's why we're happy to have you in the studio. So welcome to Doha.
Thank you so much for having me
For the 3rd time in Doha.
Yes.
What's bringing you here? You must be so excited about Qatar.
It's the people.
You love
Okay,
people.
I'm kidding.
Or the people love you. Which one?
We love each other. I love the culture here. I love the cheesecake. I love this. Is it the Suki market? What do you call it?
Sukwakiv.
Sukwakiv?
Yeah.
I love it so much. Like, every time I think of somewhere I want to go, I think about that market.
Yeah.
Like, I really love it. So the heritage here is strong. I feel like so much connected to the vibe here. There's something that, I don't know if to say peaceful about Qatar.
Okay.
Yeah, and the people are very friendly. They're not arrogant. Like, I mean, their cities are visitors, and they're like, okay, I'm sorry I talked to you, but guys, they are very, very warm.
Okay.
Maybe that's what
it's good. It's good to hear this from a visitor. She's actually not a visitor. She is a resident of Qatar.
Yeah.
She's been here 3 times. If you give her an opportunity to come again, she's jumping in.
I'll move in. 100%. I love it.
Looking forward to that. It's so good to have you in Qatar, and it's good to see that big African entertainers like you see value here in Qatar. Because like I always tell people, Qatar is home for everybody. Whether you're a visitor or you're a resident, or you're just a stranger who don't even know about Qatar, immediately you come in, you see value, you see love, you see... The spirit is so positive.
And you know what is strange is that before you visit Qatar, that's not what you think. No, you're always... I mean, personally, Qatar was very scary. You feel like, okay, am I going to connect with their beliefs, their values? You know, like, it's kind of very scary. I remember, like, my nanny told me, I have a new nanny, and when I told her I was coming to Qatar, she was like, are you sure? I was like,
what about it?
Why? It's like, no, you need to cover up. You need to make sure only your eyes are being seen. Like, I think what Africans or other people think about Qatar is very, I don't know what to say, but they're kind of scared that they might not be able to merge their values and culture with the one for Qatar. Now, having visited and come back again and met people who've been here for years, everything has changed. It's not what people think. And I'm glad like your shows are trying to highlight that what we think is not what it is.
This is one of the reasons why we're here, to make sure we sensitize people, share the story of Qatar. Qatar, it's not as difficult as people think.
No.
They're so liberal, loving, welcoming, and it's home. Whether you've been here before, you're coming as a return, or you're just coming for the first time, it's home. So the covering of face is not mandatory, all right? People say, oh, you cannot walk in the street, you're dressing. What they only ask you to do is to respect the culture, all right? You can live your life, a normal life like you live in Africa or in Europe or in America, but just respect the culture. That's just it. As long as you can respect the culture and believe, you'll find you will enjoy Qatar.
And I think, I mean, what I've realized is that their culture is not so strict. It's not like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. It's basic decency.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, just be decent, which is encouraged everywhere, even back in Africa, back in Kenya, back in our malls. I mean, the same thing is encouraged. So I don't think it's really off.
Okay, let's leave Qatar for now. There's so much to talk about. DJ Pierra Makena, all the way from Kenya, East Africa, the diva of Africa. So let's spend more time talking about her, our experience, her journey. It's been such a long journey, over 20 years in the industry.
Yeah, I just celebrated 15 years anniversary as a DJ.
As a DJ,
but I've done over 20 years as an actress and a media personality.
So you were an actress, currently a DJ, top flying DJ. You are a media personality. You also even have your own events.
Yes.
So many hearts.
Yeah.
So which of these gives you more joy?
You know what? They are all correlated when you think about it. Like music, if we say acting, music, and events, they all seem like one thing. It's just that they're broken down into many things. But I love DJ.
Okay. That's why you're there for 15 years.
It gives me money. You know, like it sustains my living.
So that gives you more joy?
Yeah, sort of. But I love acting. I haven't been able to do a lot of acting of late, especially for series and like drama series because of time. Film here and there as well because of time. I mean, acting requires a lot of time and dedication. And I haven't had that time, especially because of the kind of bookings I have as a DJ. I'm always in and out of the country, practicing, traveling, performance. So you find I don't have that time to be on set probably for 2 consecutive months or something, But when I have like a film, and I know probably I can be on set like for, say, 20 days, then I can try and make that time to make it work.
So basically, you've been there for 2 decades now. What has actually kept you in this industry? Because we know that Gen Zs are coming out and they are hot, they are on fire.
They're amazing.
So what is that source that keeps you so relevant that even as a 2025 DJ Pierra Makena is still a name?
There's one thing I believe in. I believe in innovation and learning. I never stop learning. I have a lot to learn from people, especially the younger generation. There is so much to learn from them. People think it's vice versa. People think the young generation needs to learn from us. But times are changing, and especially in this era, it's a digital era. You guys are not brought up in that era, So there's so much to learn from these kids who've been brought up like that. If you compare my kind of DJing versus the kind of DJ a Gen Z will do, is sort of different. So if I restrict myself to not trying out the kind of things they're trying, the kind of music they're listening to, then I'll be left behind. So you find it that I hang out a lot with these young people. I listen to their ideas. They come to me for advice, thinking we are picking from Pierra, the wisdom. I'm just picking from them, and that's how I just keep being relevant. However, consistency in entertainment is key. Yeah, you have to love your craft and work on it over and over and over. I mean, when I took a break, my maternity break, I almost got forgotten. It's very easy because guys are coming in on a daily. There are new DJs every day. There are new actresses every day. And to take a break like for 3 years is a whole
3 years is a long time. That's full displacement.
But I knew deep down I needed the break to just concentrate on myself and to innovate and just come back as a different rebranded person, which is what helped me.
Yeah.
So keep rebranding all the time and just getting on with it. Like feel the vibe, feel the new vibe, and then get on with it. But above all, love your craft.
Yeah.
If you love it deeply, then nobody's gonna displace you. And then something I can tell you, Famous, always compete with yourself. With
That's solid.
yourself, not with somebody else. Don't look at somebody and say, like, I want to be better than that person. I want to beat DJ Pierra and take her position. You will never get anywhere. But the moment you take yourself and say, I want to be, this is where I want to be, you know, then you will get there. And then you'll find like you're in your own space and the cake being shared is so big so we can all share and, you know, like grow individually, not in competition. And that's what I do. I don't compete.
That's solid.
Yeah.
You don't compete.
No,
do you collaborate?
I collaborate. 100%.
So, have you recently, because I'm very big on collaboration, because I tell people collaboration is the new currency, all right? It's the latest value that you can generate. And one thing I have witnessed in the region where you come from, East Africa, there's not much of it. I think there's more of competition than collaboration.
That I'll agree with you, unfortunately.
So how have you been able to manage this in this region?
Market is a hard one. And Kenya, to be in particular, is a hard one. I think if you're in a place where you don't hate, where you love people, where you support other women, where you support people in different how can I say?
Sectors
in entertainment. You support people, but you don't fight with them, you don't hate on them, and you don't try to bring them down. That's what I've done. If I meet you, Famous, and you're doing something different from what I'm doing, I will support you 100%. If I know there's an opening here and I know you can do it, I will call you and I will give you the opportunity. I've worked in media before. I've worked in advertising. I've worked for Scan Group for so many years, and I know I have networked enough. So if I'm able to hook somebody from, even somebody who's doing the same thing, I find myself like I'm too busy to maybe perform somewhere, and I look for another female DJ. I'm like, yo, come in. There's this opportunity here. For me, that's satisfaction. So now where the problem comes in is that sometimes you might want to mentor and help other people, but to them, they're there because they want to compete with you and get you out of that position. Sometimes you do that and you get someone something, and when they go there, they talk negative and ill of you. And the next thing you're wondering why this person is not calling me for work. So when next time you think of collaborating, you're like,
you have to think twice.
I'm not going to do this again. So you just want to just keep it to yourself. Probably we get to a place where we are collaborating more instead of just keeping to yourself because you don't know the intentions that people have for you. As for now, that collaboration is not very big.
And it's a problem.
You
know, I'll tell you one thing. One of the secrets of West Africa and maybe South African market is collaboration.
True.
Whether it's music, whether it's movie, whether it's skit making, comedy, you see a lot of collaboration. And you can even see that sometimes these West African artists, they go in to get the East African artists, like majorly from Tanzania, to get involved in their work. So this is the power of collaboration, because you're bringing your source to my source, making it together, it becomes a bigger and better source. Bringing your crowd and my crowd makes it bigger and better. And the outreach is more.
That's true, that's true.
So how do we, because it's a problem in East Africa, it's a problem in Kenya, let's focus in your market.
Kenya,
So what do you think will be an actual remedy, solution? What type of orientation or reorientation that needs to happen in the market?
I think what really works for Kenyans, they sit back and watch somebody else do it. Then when it works, then they all jump in. And I think we're at that point where somebody like Bia and Sauti Sol, they are already trying to get there. They've done collaborations with some big artists, and guys are watching. And now, like, there's a song trending for Bien that is collaborated with a Nigerian artist, and it's doing very well. Now, I can guarantee you somebody else is going to pop from the industry to do something similar, because they've already seen the success of this one. I think, without being biased, I think they're trying. We are getting somewhere with those kind of collaborations, international collaborations. And with the support from the government, we can get somewhere.
What kind of support are you talking about here?
You know, let me tell you something I've watched before. It's how the government, like say for example, oh, this is sensitive, but you see, like for example, in Tanzania, you'll find like Harmonize will have an event and the president is going to show up and come and support and give, you know, that encouragement of the creative economy, and come and support and give, you know, that encouragement of these kids as they do their thing. In Kenya, I think we're just fighting. We're just fighting amongst ourselves. I don't know what's going on, you know? They support today, there's no support tomorrow.
There's no consistency.
The inconsistency is there, and then the support we get might not be the support we need. So sometimes I think it's good for people to think, like, if I am to bless you, famous, I have to think, what is it that works for you?
True.
Not what is it that works for me.
That is no longer a blessing if it's something that works for you.
And I think that's what our market is like right now. People do what they think works for them, but not what really works for the industry. So I think there's so much that can be done, and that can be open to other countries. We have good relationships with Nigeria, Tanzania, Ghana, all these markets, even the US. As a department that has been created by the government, a creative economy department, they can get those collaborations to happen if they want to.
Yeah, true. If the government already have Ministry of Creative Economy, why is there no round table? These creatives needs to come to the round table. The stakeholders in the creative industry needs to come to the round table with the government to find solution, a pathway, create policies that encourages people to come into creative industry. Because I know, I've been to Kenya, there are loads of talents in Kenya, in all circles of entertainment. So I just think that there's so much revenue wasting, there's so much talent wasting, not harnessed, untapped.
And there are people who can be able to make those policies, but they're not being used. I'll tell you one thing.
Okay.
If today the government was to come to me and tell me, Pierra, we want you to be part of this creative economy as a chairperson, to lead this team, to get Kenya into a different level, I will say no, thank you.
Why?
Because I know there's somebody else who can do it better than I can. And that is the reality of the matter. You don't have to take up a position just because it's there, or just because you need power. And yet you know you cannot deliver as better as that other person. I know guys, when I came in the industry years back, who are still fighting for the Kenyan creatives. And they know, and when you listen to them, they have it right. They know what Kenya needs. They know what is going wrong. They know where they can tell you word for word. And those guys don't get the opportunity to sit in those round tables to give those ideas.
Can it be forced?
But then will come, the government will pick
their allies.
They will pick me because I have a lot of followers. You know, I will make noise, and you know, we'll be seen. But the real issues will not be sorted, because the person who might understand all those things cannot even, maybe doesn't even have 200 followers. You know, but when you think of them here, they can make a change in the industry.
But this is access. What about if the government don't know these people and don't have access to these people? So this is where someone like you has great following, who has the knowledge, who know these people, who can be a bridge between the government and these people. That's where you speak up. That's where you come in.
So the intentions of the government, then they need to be right. If they really mean to help the creatives, they really, deep from their heart, that's what they want to do, they will know those people. But if it's a box that needs to be ticked, then they will never know them. Yeah, but you get, if you're doing something to just tick a box, you will tick it anyway.
The effectiveness will not be there. It will not come with the right value. I'm really concerned because there's so much happening in Africa. There's so much belief in Africa from the West and every other part. And the output is just coming from a certain region, which is the South, the West, more of the West. The East, yes, Tanzania, they're trying, but Kenya can do much more. This is my concern. This is why I'm so passionate about Kenya. Not because you are here. my team know that I'm very passionate about Kenya. I want Kenya to grow, especially their artists. You know, I want to see strong collaboration between the East African, the Kenyan artists with the Nigerian artists. Because who has actually done collaboration with Nigerian artists? It's what's his name? Let's say Sato Soul. And
we have a couple.
There's another guy.
Victoria Kimani. We have a couple of artists who have tried, but not, you know, it has to be dedicated. Like you have to do it over and over. You might do one first song and probably it's not a banger. But if you do another one and another one, and then also get the right artist to collaborate with, people who have the same sound. But there's something I'm going to tell you, Famous. Kenya is changing. It's not what it was like many years ago.
Okay.
We've been trying to get a sound, for Kenya. Because I think what happened to Nigerians, they got their sound, which is the Afrobeat sound, and everybody just embraced it. And Nigerians just embraced it. Nigerians sang in that accent of theirs, you know, and we all accepted it. All over, na 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 na. Just like, I am saying that thing. I don't even know what it means, but I'm saying it because it feels rich, you know. South Africans have come with this amapiano. These guys have no idea what these people are saying, but we say it.
You dance to it, you move to it, you vibe to it.
You do everything. So there's that embracing of culture that Africans have started doing that is being accepted. Now, as a DJ, I've been observing Kenyans recently, and these guys have started embracing their culture and their mother tongue music. Their like tribal music. There's an event, it's called Gemi. Gemi is for the Kikuyu community. Gemi, when it's advertised, the first 1 week, tickets are sold out. Sold out. We are talking about 5,000 people because of the space. Totally sold out. And the ticket is not cheap. It's not cheap at all. And they're not using big name DJs. They're not using big artists, your Sauti Souls. No, they're using...
They're locals.
They're local artists from the tribe, and it's filling.
So does that mean that they support the local... Because this is another concern. I have this, or people have this belief that the Kenyans don't support their own. They're more comfortable supporting foreigners. So if you're telling me this is encouraging.
Very.
It's encouraging because we see the likes of Ruga come to Kenya, the stadium is filled up. We see the likes of Kaid come to Kenya and it's filled up. And these artists will not fill up 20% of that capacity in Nigeria.
Wow.
But when they go to Kenya, it's filled up. But when you call in a Kenyan artist to fill up a stadium, they will come out.
Kenyans are a unique one. Kenyans, oh my God, we are unique.
Tell me about that.
Like, today we can decide, you know what, we're supporting this person, and tomorrow they're so against you have no idea. They flip like this. That's Kenyans for you. Today they can decide, you know what, let's show up. And they fill the stadium. And tomorrow they're like, so you think, oh, I did it last time, let me do it again. And they just don't show up. We are very unpredictable as Kenyans. However, Nigerian artists, Kenyans love Nigerian music, and they love amapiano. And when you look at some artists in Kenya who've done that kind of music, it's being appreciated. I may not fault them as much as people who don't love their music or their artist, because also, even in Nigeria, I mean, if Ruga goes to perform or any other artist, he might not fill a stadium, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But Chris Brown will come and he'll fill the stadium, right? So there's that, I think that's just how we are created.
I just think it's the percentage.
Yeah, but Kenyans supporting each other is rare. It takes, I don't know, it takes a miracle for people to support their own, that 100%. And back to my point, however, it's starting to change. And that's why you will see events like Gemi and the other. Now, what's happening in Kenya? So tribes are doing their events.
Their own events,
Their own events. So you find there's a Meru event, there's a Luo event, Luo night, there's Kamba night, and let me tell you, they're packed to the brim. Now, as a DJ, when I play nowadays, I'll go and play your urban tone, your Afrobeat, amapiano. But the moment I touch I touch those local vernacular music, the club goes crazy. It goes crazy, like it's insane.
So that there's that natural love for their own.
Yeah, for their own cultural music. And then now, what I've also realized is that now artists from outside, like there's this guy, he's a big DJ, he's a producer, he's called Loud. So he started taking the Kenyan cultural music and changing into house music. Like Mwaki, if you listen to his remix of Mwaki, is insane. It can be played at Tomorrowland.
Okay.
And now he's doing the same to other music, like Kenyan cultural music. He's doing that. It's getting a whole lot of
Acceptance.
yes, by Kenyans. And then now another thing, there's Afro house.
Okay.
You know, there's Afrobeat, there's Amapiano, and there's the Afro house. Now I've noticed there's a group of Kenyans that's doing that Afro house. And my God,
It's mind blowing.
it is crazy. There's Idi Aziz. Please, when you have time, listen to that guy.
Idi Aziz.
Idi Aziz.
Okay.
He's crazy. When you listen to him, first you will not believe he's Kenyan. His music is international. But it's these people who will fill a club in London somewhere, and people will listen to him as he performs. But he's not all out and coming out and making that much noise, but his music is amazing. So with that slow, I think, and gradual rising, things will change.
We're hoping so. We're hoping so because there's so much of potentials. There's so much of potentials in there in Kenya, and we believe that when they start supporting their own, there will be a better success level, and the transportation or movement of your production outside will increase. So it's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us thus far. We told you it's gonna be fun with DJ Pierra Makena, and it has not been less. So please sit back. We're just getting started. But if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Click on the subscribe button. Let's keep growing this community. There's so much to come. And make sure you share with your friends, family, and loved ones, even your enemies. Give it to them. They need to hear this. Don't keep it out from them, all right? So let's continue with DJ Pierra Makena. Thank you so much. It's amazing talking with you. You know that, right?
Let me say, I'm so happy to be here and to just have this kind of conversation with you.
Yeah, thank you. It's so refreshing. And I've always wanted to talk about the Kenyan market. I've always wanted to talk about what I feel, what people talk about the Kenyan market and how it can be improved.
Absolutely.
Because I'm big for Kenya, I'm big for East Africa, and I'm big for Africa. And I'm also big for Qatar. Yeah, so I'm like a bridge between both regions.
I see.
I want to spread the love, I want to spread the culture and the growth on both sides. So now let's talk about you. You're a single mom.
Yes. What's your idea of single mom, though?
What the English defines single mom to be. You have a beautiful daughter, Rika, and she's so amazing.
I know.
And she's not taken after you because she's faster than you already.
She's taken after?
That's what I want to ask you. When we were our age, we were nowhere close.
I know.
Right?
I know. Actually, she has taken after me, I think. You know, I got into media when I was hardly 17. I was picked up by the then Kenya Broadcasting Corporation.
Okay.
When I was just out of high school. I used to perform a lot. I used to go, when I was younger, very young, like 10, I would go do the drama festivals and music festivals and go all the way to the national level and perform for the president.
Yeah.
I used to be that girl who makes speeches for the president when he's touring.
Okay.
You know, so I had it in me when I was really young. So when I see that in my baby, I'm like,
But she's about 9.
Yeah, she's 8.
8 going to 9.
She's crazy. I think she's just doubled mine. And
this is why I said she's not taking after you. She has gone beyond.
Completely. That's true. Even her numbers.
I see her performance. I see her confidence. I see her interaction. It's solid.
She challenges me. I can have a conversation with her and I'm just looking at her like, you're too grown up to even talk the way you're talking. When she said, my school doesn't pay me to advertise for them.
Yeah, but I saw that video.
Everybody was like, you told her, you coached her. Or they thought the Churchill, the comedian,
Churchill,
coached her. Nobody did. Now, until you sit down with her, then you're like, okay, really, nobody coaches.
I would love to have her sit here. When is she coming to Doha?
Right now, she's so sad right now. She keeps telling me, you either come home or you come for me. So I told her, you will love Doha. I need to bring you here. So yes, I'm making up.
I think there's so much she has, and there's so much that the African kids can learn from her.
Absolutely.
She's already a role model in her young age.
Yeah.
So I think she needs that exposure so that people can actually get something from her.
Yeah, she does.
But what's your future plan? What do you see? What future do you see in her? It's big now.
I know. It's even confusing for her or for me. But I'm watching her. I don't want to make any decision for her. One, I want her to pick up what she wants to do and what she wants to be when she grows up. I don't want to push her so much into the space that I'm in, and then maybe that's not it's not for her. Probably her confidence is in being a leader.
Yeah,
and the next thing she becomes the next president. So I'm just watching her. I see anything small, I just push it and try to cultivate it. Every time she just shows up with something, I'm like, let's go. This is what you brought today. Let's go. I push and encourage her all the time. She has different personalities. Rika today will come and she's reading news like a broadcaster, and you're like, girl, how did you pick this up? And she's doing it right. Like the other time I posted a clip where she was copying how I do it. What up my party people? My name is DJ Pierra Makena. And she's just doing it exact the way I do it. And she picks small things like this. And you see like she's doing like that person. The other time we were having a conversation about politics. And I'm like, did you just say what you said? Like her reasoning He's crazy.
High.
Yeah, I'm like, so we are doing for her a show, a talk show. And she was like, I'd like to interview President Ruto. I'm like, oh my God. I don't even know what I would do if you sat with the president here, because the things you would say, it would scare me.
True.
Because she doesn't have the breaks. She will say things like they are.
Yeah, I think the president will understand.
Yeah, but he might just think he's like, oh, that's what you guys say at home. Right? There's problems. But she does speak a lot from the news I watch, from the conversations I have with people. And she will say it when you least expect it, she'll say it. She'll, like when she's doing live interviews, I'm always there like, oh my God.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, let her not say anything. Like, she's like, Kenya has had these mandamanos of the Gen Zs. And she was like, I don't think Gen Zs are doing anything because wait until they see the Gen Alphas coming. I'm like, don't talk about that. That's not what we need. But we need that strong, the kind of strong children to represent,
their generation.
Yeah. And I was happy, but I was worried for her. Like, she's so outspoken and you fear about what she will say. So anyway, anything I see coming from her, I just cultivate it and wait to see what the future holds.
Does that really scare you?
It does. Famous, it does a lot. Every time I look at her, I'm like, is she ready for the world? I look sometimes at the comments on social media, I'm like, oh, I don't think this comment is coming from love.
Yeah.
From the love side of it. Will she be able to cope with, with such things? So I've been teaching her how to accept people the way they are. Yeah. There are people who are not good. There are people who are good. There are haters. There are guys who are jealous, envious. Like, I've been teaching her that people have different personalities and she needs to accept it, just the way that people need to accept her. Yeah, and then I've taught her that if somebody has a problem, it's their problem, not your problem. So I've been learning every day. Like, I even do courses of how to bring up a child in this generation of social media. And I've got a lot of insight. Yeah. So I try to follow a bit of those things. Like, I don't let her read a lot of comments because I feel like she's still young. But I let her into few for her to know what kind of people we live with. Yeah. Like, life is not smooth. Life is tough. Guys will abuse you for totally nothing. And she's getting it, I baby her so much, and that also scares me. I feel like if I'm not there, what happens? Who's going to baby her? She's in school and maybe somebody bullies her. I'm like, I'm going to kill somebody. But then I sit again, I'm like, she needs to kill somebody. If I'm not there, who's going to do it for her? So even that idea of teaching her how to be tough, is just scary by itself.
But it's something that has to happen.
Man, and then the generation has changed. Guys are not nice. Like, everybody has something to say on social media. Guys will say the most mean things, and like they feel like nothing. You know, Kitambo meaning some time back.
Okay.
Guys
Kitambo.
Yeah, way back.
Yeah.
We were very respectful.
Yeah.
Famous, I can't come to you and tell you, you know, you're not a good person. I almost,
Yeah.
I can't come and tell you,
Yeah.
oh, that shirt is not nice.
Yeah.
I can't do that because of that respect and that. I feel like, why should I hurt your feelings? Like, we're very considerate. Nowadays, people don't care about that. As long as you're on that keyboard, you will say what you feel. It doesn't matter if it's right.
Filter.
No filters, nothing. You just say it. And mostly you will just want to hurt that person because you're fighting with
or chase clouds.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a rotten world out there. And I feel like I have to train my child a lot and cover her, which I feel like I maybe I don't need to cover her. I need to expose her to the world, to face the real world.
Constructively.
Yeah.
Yeah, constructively.
Come 5 years from today, it's going to be tough. 5 years, it's going to be tough.
She's already 10 years older than herself.
Yeah.
So what happens in 5 years? Okay, we wish you the best on that. We're just sitting here and looking forward to seeing her blossom because we know her generation awaits her.
Yes.
But we want to have her on this seat pretty soon.
I will definitely.
So bring her to Qatar for us.
Actually, what we're going to do next holiday, we are back again.
We're here for you.
You said the market is called what?
Sukwa-Gif.
Sukwa-Gif market. That's the place I'm going to take her for that cheesecake.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about motherhood.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. As a mother, an entrepreneur, as a media personality, so many hats you wear.
Yeah.
How do you balance it? Because what I'm asking is there are other women out there who are into so many things. But it's a struggle to balance family, parenting, work, growth, everything. How have you been able to balance this over the years?
I don't balance. I crash every day. Okay, well, not. I try. Probably that's why I'm not married.
Okay.
Because I keep crashing. Anyway, no. It's not easy.
Okay.
And especially being an independent person, it's not easy. First, being a mother, you have to be there for your child.
Yeah.
You have to be there for your businesses. And you have to be hands-on, not give instructions and watch things happen.
You have to be in the middle of it.
I'm a very hands-on person. And then events, you know how events are. You're not even being told. Like, when I do events, they take a whole lot of time. Sometimes people think you've made a killing and you haven't, you know? There's so much challenges when it comes to all the things I do. But one thing I will say is that it takes God's guidance for you to be able to run everything smoothly and not to break down or crash at some points, because lack of sleep is there. I don't remember the last time I had good sleep, to be honest. Even just going to the gym sometimes is hard because it's like this, like you're bumper to bumper. And then there's traveling and there's all that. I cannot say it's easy. It's tough, but we become tougher.
Okay.
I've learned how to be a street hustler. I call myself a street hustler.
Why?
I do things the easiest way, you know? Like, I don't have to take the tough route for me to be seen. It's tough. I take the smart, easy route.
As long as it's effective results.
As long, because what I always say is that we're all against poverty. We all want to not to suffer. We are all against poverty. So if there's an easy way out, just go for it. As long as it's not affecting a person, as long as you're not killing somebody, you're not hurting somebody, do it.
And it's legal.
And it's legal.
That's very important.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
If you see hustling the whole night is what works for you. I mean, I've got flack for being a DJ. Oh, yeah. Oh, how can you be in the club at night? You're a female. I'm like, bro, but it's giving me money. You know, I've got that enough times, not once, not twice. And I always say, if that is what is going to get me out of poverty, then I will do it. If you know that's not your thing, don't do it. Just don't question what I'm doing, because we are all against poverty.
Yeah, you just said something like people think you're a lady, you should be in your house at night, not at club. But how have you been able to, DJing is a male-dominated sector. And you being a woman and striving so well in that sector, how have you been able to manage? I'm asking because there are other female DJs that have suffered bully, rejection, you know, and limitations actually generally because of their gender. So how have you, as a celebrated entertainer, been able to hold the fort these years?
I'll tell you what, when I started, especially in Kenya, because I was the first female to be out there and come up publicly as this DJ, and I became famous, and everybody was just talking about me. If I did not give up that time, then I will never give up. Because I got hate from even the guys in entertainment, from the male DJs themselves. Guys were like, what does she think she's doing? Who does she think she is? So she thinks she's going to come and take up our jobs. Unfortunately, I was a beautiful girl.
Unfortunately or fortunately?
Because now they think, oh, she's doing it because she's pretty.
Okay.
It's a girl, she's just getting away with it because she's pretty. Well, if I'm pretty and it's going to make me money, then
so be it.
So be it. However, I was very focused on getting it right. It wasn't easy. I practiced day and night, and I could do gigs for free because I needed the job. And I remember when I got my first job and I went to play, I love music. I love dancing. That's me. I'm a very vibrant person.
We know.
As a DJ, but I'm a very introvert when it comes to me as a personality. Yeah. But even the moment I step on that, my alter ego is crazy. When people meet me in real, they're like,
who's this?
When they see me, they say, like, when I'm playing, they're like, oh, we see Pierra and we want to take a shot. And then now they meet me in real life, they're like, oh, you're just some juice. Like, I'm two different people. So the moment I got on that stage, on that club deck, and I performed, I got on top of the table and danced, and I was doing it for me. Not because I'm trying to attract anybody or to do, I'm just doing it because I'm enjoying the music. And people are like, oh, this one is the W word, you know? She's selling in the club. She's trying to, like, I was called names. I was told things. My parents were told. Like, I was set up badly. And then I was like, you know, there's a reason why they're doing this.
There's value in you.
There's value. And I was like, oh, guys, you've touched the wrong thing. You have no idea. I put in hard work and I kept pressing on, and I never, ever compromised myself, famous. I never, ever compromised myself to get my job easy. Like until today, and I always say it in public, there is no one who will ever come and stand up and say, you know what? I did this with her for her to be here. Nobody. I kept my dignity and I pushed on in that club. I lost a lot of jobs because probably I couldn't compromise, and I slept hungry because I didn't take a few dollars here and there over probably a plate of dinner or something. I never compromised, and that is what has kept me relevant. Why? The moment you get to a place where you respect each other with a person, then that's proper network for you. And you keep that person as a friend. Because one, they value because you're a stand-up chick. And if there's anything that ever happens between you and anybody, it is from a clean place, not an easy money thing or come here, let's do this. So for me, what I always tell other female DJs when I talk to them and I try to mentor them, I tell them, do not compromise yourself. Don't look at money and think, oh, this is an easy way out to get this money. It will just be for that moment and it will be gone. And your career will be gone, and nobody's going to think of you as somebody who's a hustler and somebody who's doing it for the craft and all that. So I tell them, do not compromise yourself, work on yourself. If somebody denies you a job because you didn't do what they wanted, then that was not your...
it's not your job.
It's not yours. And God is going to bless you with more other jobs and different ones. I've played in stages that I never thought I would. And I've also lost stages that I would have loved to. But do I really worry? Nowadays, I don't sleep hungry. Why? Because I've built my brand from that zero place, and I've been consistent, and I've not compromised myself, and people call me for work. You get? So the little work I get, I'm content. Like, I'm contented completely. I'm fine. If I get one job, I'm fine. As long as I know I have not compromised myself, I'm happy.
Because in the industry today, we hear a lot of stories, you know, where ladies are forced to compromise even when they want to. It's all about the drive for success. So they compromise to get positions, to get gigs, to be on the spotlight. And actually, how long does this compromise keep
It doesn't.
the fame?
It doesn't. You know why? Probably you come in as this young, little, smart, classy girl. You compromise yourself. A month, 2 months, another one comes.
You have to keep the track.
Yeah, another one comes and the main guy was with you, looks at this other one and they want to go with this other one. So you have nowhere to go. You already compromised yourself. You're done. What else can you give? You gave out the most valuable thing that you could have held on to, but you messed it up.
I think this is very key for this podcast. I want you for just 30 seconds, 1 minute to speak to the hearts of the young generations, those who are already in the industry or those who are aiming to come into the industry. You know, with your experience in this industry over 20 years, okay, I want you to share a word of hope and a word of redirection to these people. Just you and the camera.
Yeah, I think what I can tell these young people first is be yourself. Embrace who you are. Stop trying to be somebody else. Because there's a reason you're who you are. You're talented in your own ways. So if you try to be somebody else, then that takes off from who you are. Embrace yourself. Love your body, love your face, love who you are. Stop trying to be like somebody else. Then secondly, remember compromising yourself will not take you anywhere. Trying to get it easy will never take you anywhere. Thinking, oh, I'll meet so-and-so and my life will change. No. Work for your own money. Work for your own fame. Work for your own power. Trust me, that will last longer than anything else. And then remember, people get blessed. People like you get blessed. Blessings are for people like you. So don't think, oh, it's so-and-so who needs to be blessed. No, it's you. So you claim your own blessings and work hard and you'll be very successful.
What more can you ask from an OG? An OG in the industry for over 2 decades, and she has gone through the sound and times, and she's been able to hold the fort with so much of discipline, like she has said. And if she can do it, you can do it.
Absolutely.
So please, let's keep push on a clean space and don't compromise. That's the message she has brought to Qatar. And she's sending this message from Qatar to you all. So please, take advantage of it, and let's see all of you blossom. Let's see Africa grow, Africa take the global stage where it's supposed to be. We are leading already, but we need more leaders to come into this space.
True.
All right? So thank you so much, Pierra. Thank you so much. But I'm not done with Kenya yet.
What is it now? I feel your passion for Kenya.
I'm so passionate. I've been there before. I see the talent, the pool of talents that are there. And I believe that more has to be done.
Okay.
We need to hear more.
Sure.
We don't want this generation to go without getting more from Kenya. Now, another direction we want to look at this from is, yes, we talked about collaboration, we talked about support from the local breeds, but I still think that the stakeholders in the industry, those in the corridors of the entertainment industry, they have a lot of role to play. Whether it's the talent managers, whether it's the labels, the producers, I think they have a role to play in projecting the Kenyan entertainment industry. Whether it's their movies, whether it's the music, whether it's other crafts, comedy, they have a role to play. Because you see producers, labels outside of, let's say, West Africa, in the West, in Europe, America, labels push, not the artists that push.
Yeah.
All right? Management push, not the artists that push. They go to get gigs. They go to get collaboration. The artists only use their face to push when they've grown.
Yeah.
So as a startup, these stakeholders, these front corridor holders, gatekeepers, they're supposed to be doing this work. But I feel they are not doing it. It's either there's a high level of incompetence or low exposure, or the fact that they are scared of challenges, of growth.
Yeah.
There must be something holding them within a box.
I think when you say that first, it takes me back to thinking of how Kenyan artists are paid, probably versus if a Nigerian artist comes to perform. If an international artist comes to perform in Kenya, what they're paid versus what a Kenyan artist will be paid is very different, extremely different. So I can't honestly say that we are making a lot of money in our industry at the moment, and probably that's now what keeps us from not doing things the right way. For example, I like the way you've talked about, having a proper management team and promoters and, an entire marketing team that does your work. Rarely will you see that. You'll just see most people will just have a manager and probably, that's about it. And the manager will not be doing that much. I listened to some guys yesterday when we were in the club and we were talking about the kind of music videos that are done.
Yeah.
Nigerians will invest.
Of course.
They will invest. They will go crazy. Look at Rema's videos. Like, you see millions have been used to do that video. And probably when you now come back to Kenya, the videos might not be, they've invested, yes, but they might not be
of that quality.
Yeah. And that the reason being, I feel, is because we are not paid enough. I mean, if I'm paid like Rema, trust me, I will do a crazy video for me or for my artist or even for me as a DJ or as a producer. But we're not paid enough. And those are the kind of changes that I feel like that the government can help in executing. Like, those are some of the policies that
should come in.
That should come in, because there is no way an international artist will come. We are performing on the same stage, and they are paid literally triple of what I'm getting, and it's in my own country. They will get more respect and more better treatment than I'm getting. You go to a concert where probably, let's say I'm curtain raising for an artist. If you look at his backstage
setup
versus mine, like, that's shady. And that has been happening for a while now. And there are people who've been fighting for such things to change. And that's why I was like, there are guys who've been fighting for those things for years, and yet they don't sit in that committee that's trying to change the industry right now. Those people know, they've been there, they've been through those issues, and things are not changing. So maybe we will get there if things change in terms of how I make little money, for example, and then I come and invest in a serious video. My priority is here.
True.
I have rent to pay, I have other things to do. So until that changes, probably, you might not see people invest so much in the music, in films and such things. But you see filmmakers, I mean, people will come from outside the country to come and shoot their big films, like big. I'm talking about real blockbusters coming to shoot in Kenya.
Whereas the Kenyan people are not doing the same. Okay, there's a place for payment, increasing the value they get for their craft. There's also a place for investments. Okay, let's hold on the payments, okay, what they earn, and let's talk about investment, because most of this production you see in Nigeria are not actually funded by the artist.
Yeah.
You understand? They are funded by labels. They are funded by investors who see value in them. Don't we have such structure in Kenya? Labels, investors who can fund talents.
Yeah, there are. There are many, actually. We have brands that do work with artists, for example, musicians and stuff. But still, the much they invest is not the same. It's not good enough. For example, probably the guys who get enough, let's talk of BN and maybe Sauti Sol and probably Nyashinsky, and that is from an endorsement point of view, yeah? And probably that now, if you're well planned, you can be able to do proper videos and such things. But maybe an investor, a proper brand needs to work with somebody who will look at you and is like, fine, I can throw a concert for you.
Okay.
I can help you, do a song. I'm a full album. I can pay for that and get you a concert happening, and I pay for everything. But will I make my returns? Will I? You said it. People will not fill the stadium. But if I take the same money and invest on Rema and then bring him back to Kenya and sponsor his concert, the probability that I'll make my return
is certain. It's high.
So even these brands managers will just be like, let's consider our, I think. But just like I said, Famous, with the way we are going right now, they have no option. They'll have to invest in these artists. They might not be the mainstream artists, but with the way things are picking, these traditional artists, and mark my words, when I come here again, you'll be hearing it. They're getting somewhere.
Okay.
And there's that tune that's coming, the urban tone vibe that's becoming like sort of a Kenyan identity, and it's working.
Okay.
So I think we are getting somewhere.
Okay.
In terms of our entertainment and for it to grow. And if the government continues the way they're continuing and listening. I don't like to talk much about the government because I might just say something that's just not. But there's so much the government can do to help the industry.
I think, yes, the role of the government cannot be overemphasized. It's a very high place for growth in the entertainment industry. They have a role to play.
A lot.
You know, policies have to be aligned to what actually the vision of the creatives are. And the creatives themselves needs to speak to the government. We see online, the main person actually doing this in Kenya is Eric Omondi. He's speaking very high, very loud. He's doing activism in Kenya, supporting people also, and speaking truth to the government in his own way.
And that's why he can't sit in a round table for creative economy.
That's why he can't sit on the round table. Because why?
Because he's vocal about the truth.
And they don't want the truth.
I don't know if they don't want the truth or they just don't want to be hard hit with the truth.
With the truth.
You know, sometimes people say when the cat is pushed at the corner, the claws come out. So probably we need to get a way to communicate to them.
That's the point.
But the government is not stupid. They're educated people who sit in those offices. And they know the truth. And they know what needs to be done. So what's happening probably it's the disconnect with the right people. Maybe the right people know what to say, but when they say it, they don't say it
the right way.
The right way. And these people are like, so you're coming to tell us what
to do.
So it clashes instead of just that gelling. And then also, I think all these people you see fighting for our rights as creatives, they've had these conversations before. And probably they feel fooled because they've sat in these roundtable meetings and they've raised all those kind of concerns. And then the moment you walk out of that door,
it's done.
That's it. So you're like, the only thing I've been left with is my voice. I have numbers, let me push. Let me see what I can do. Talk of Eric Omondi. You see, Eric Omondi does this thing that's called Sisi kwa Sisi. Sisi kwa Sisi means us, for us, by us.
Okay.
Yeah, for us, by us. So basically he tries to help people using the people. Using the people.
People, yeah.
So
people
like, for example, people for the people. So for example, if something happens like someone is going through something, he will come through, people will contribute and we will help that person. I'm a follower of Eric Omondi.
Okay, great.
I wait for him to post and I contribute whatever money I can to help that person. And now many people have come out like that. Now with what Eric Omondi does, apart from the normal people, you will find some are like government rebels. So they call them. Like just a case in point of what happened the other day, there's this guy was killed and nobody knows, it's still under investigation. And Eric Omondi came out and said, now we need to support the father because the guy has left and he also has a child. And people have come out and contributed, like guys have supported. Now, the people are accusing the government of killing the guy, right? So when Eric Omondi comes and supports the guy, so the government feels like Eric Omondi is against them. And it's just a whole lot of confusion. I went to the club and you noticed the other day when I was playing and guys were chanting one term. One term is a slogan that's anti-government, yeah? And the moment you do that, you're in bad books with the government. It can easily go wrong. So you see now, as in entertainment, you end up now, there's always that friction with the government. Because now if I shout one time and people will love it. You see, guys are waiting for me to say it. But I'm like, I'm not sure I want to
do that.
To do that, not now. okay, guys, wait, you know, I have to fight with people like, wait. You get, but the moment I say it, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
So I am scared of the government. I don't think the government is my friend. I have things I want to say to the government. I've said it before, nothing has been done, so they're not my friends. So let me tell you, Famous, there's a huge disconnect with the entertainment industry and the government. It's a cold war. It might be ignored, but the crash is there. And until that cold war is resolved, there's nothing much that will happen. Because I think the government will try to get an easy way out, probably use the people who are supporting them. And the real people who can make a change are just there feeling angry and bitter and wanting to fight these other people. So it becomes a whole confused state. And that is where we are at the moment. I pray for clarity.
And we do pray for that also.
Yeah.
And we believe there's always room for dialogue.
Yeah.
And I believe at some point that will happen. As long as the intentions are right.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
Genuine intentions, dialogue will always come true and resolve would happen. But the point is, at the end of the day, the creative economy, it's a very huge impact, you know, to the general nation's economy. So by the time they see value in that, I believe it will go well. Let's all keep supporting the truth, keep supporting growth, and one day we'll be there. The industry will get there.
I know, it's getting there slowly, baby steps.
But Pierra, let's leave these people. They will sort things out. We know that. They will. Let's look at you as a creative. What's that one impression that is out there that you think is not true that you would like to change?
About the industry, about me?
About you as a creative. Do you think there's any?
Something I'd like to change?
Do you think there's an impression people might have about you that you think, no, this is not right, I want to speak about it?
Actually, not that I care much about what people think, but having hustled for this long and being where I am, and sometimes people will not give you credit for it. People want to imagine that you got it easy. I didn't. I worked hard, like really hard to be where I am. If you see the car I drive, maybe where I live, I hustled for that. I almost finished that S word. I hustled for it. Everything I have, I've hustled for it. I work really hard. But sometimes people look at you and imagine, oh, she's a pretty chick. She can get easy with it. She can get away with anything. It's not. People might be a little gentle to you, but at the end of the day, you just don't get everything you need. You just have to work hard for it. So when people look at me and imagine, oh, okay, she has a fine car. I'm sure somebody bought for her. Oh, no. Not everybody who's bought for stuff like that. Some of us hustle for it. I wish somebody can buy for me, though. But it's not easy. We have to work hard for it. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So now you're in Qatar. We're rounding up now. You're in Qatar. And if you get an opportunity to create an entertainment web in Qatar, what would the concept be?
Oh, come on. I have a lot. Do we have an NDA for you and viewers? Trust me, there is so much I can do in Qatar. Every time I look at like when I visit the clubs, I visit the malls, I go for safari, like everywhere I see something.
Yeah.
Like there's something I can do here, there's something I can do. Oh my God. There is so much I can do, just that I can't talk about it like on live TV because I know tomorrow somebody else will have done it.
We'll talk behind camera.
Yeah, very good proposal.
But what do you see in the entertainment industry in Qatar? Because we're looking forward to a time where African creatives will collaborate with Qatari creatives, help to grow the Qatari entertainment industry. And the value of collaboration, you can't overemphasize it. So that's what we're looking at. Do you see value future in that?
There is value. There is a lot. And I think where we start is creating a foundation and merging the both creatives here and in Kenya. For example, from where you sit, I think organizing forums for artists both here and back home, for them to understand first each other and then understand how they can merge their either music, film, and such things, and then see the opportunities that are there and also understand how open the markets are for each other and what is available for them. I can imagine how do them Qatar, you call them Qataris?
Qataris.
Qataris.
Yeah.
How much they would love Kenya. Kenya is beautiful. To be honest, if somebody asked me to move from Kenya, I wouldn't do it. Even with all the dramas we have with our government and everything, I still love our country. I mean, grass could be greener anywhere else, but we love to water ours. And that's why we are very vocal about things. But the thing is, even them, the Qataris, they need to come to Kenya and see how much they can do with what we have. Talk of our kind of music, the sceneries, people where they can shoot their films, very different from here, you know? Ours is green. You guys have the deserts and all that. There's so much that we can merge together. And get some good quality content for entertainment. So I feel like forums can be created that can merge people, and then they have ideas and share content, and come up with stuff that can grow both Qataris and Kenyans. They just need that forum first to sit down and just do.
Amazing. So describe Qatar in 3 words or in 3 sentences. Describe Qatar in 3 sentences. You've been here 3 times now, so tell us.
So it's a beautiful place with beautiful people, beautiful hearts. And when I say hearts, I mean it. Like Qatari people have beautiful hearts. I don't know if it's me or maybe they're just...
That's who they are.
Yeah. But yeah, they're just beautiful both the country is beautiful and the hearts of the people is beautiful. Yeah. And they're extremely loving. I don't know if they just love us like that, or they just love people.
That's who they are. They are loving people, very hospitable.
So many people come. I was like, probably I should come get married here. They look like they're people who love. Okay, I'm joking. Okay, I'm kidding.
I didn't hear that.
No, I'm saying like they look like they can love you. Probably they're lying to us, but they look like they're very loving people. And from what I've experienced from them, they're amazing. They're amazing people. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been such an amazing time with DJ Pierra Makena, the vibe, the queen, the diva of Africa entertainment. She's been there for ages, and she has come to Qatar to give us a piece of her excellence. And it's been an amazing, amazing show. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Inside Qatar and follow us on all our social media platforms, because we have a lot for you in this season too. We are just getting started. So DJ Pierra Makena, before we let you go, there's what we call the rapid fire questions.
All right.
Are you ready to jump?
I'm trying.
Souk shopping or Masai market vibes? What do you prefer?
Don't set me up. Of course, I'm going to say Masai market, but now because of the cheesecake.
Souk shopping or Masai market vibe?
Oh my God! Don't set me up with Kenyans. I'll still go for the Masai market. But guys, you know, that was a very hard one.
Okay, Qatari fine dining or Kenyan street food?
Bro.
No, it's not me. I'm just asking.
Okay,
you tell me.
Fine dining anytime.
Fine dining.
Yeah.
You didn't say. It's Qatari fine dining or Kenyan street food.
I love fine dining. So if you put Qatari, I will go with the Qatari fine dining. But had you said Kenyan fine dining, I'd have gone with the Kenyan fine dining.
Raise awareness on women in entertainment in Kenya or build a platforms for African creatives in Qatar.
Wow.
I'm ready for you. I brought it hot.
Wow. I'm more powerful women. Like I'm big on women, but now come creatives in Qatar. Okay, I'll go for creatives in Qatar.
Creatives in Qatar, amazing. Be a guest judge on a Qatari talent show or produce a reality series in Kenya.
I'll be a judge on Qatari. I find people produce reality shows like crazy. They're too bright. Yeah, I don't think I'm too bright. Like so much work.
So much.
Yeah.
Media interviews in Qatar or acting workshops in Kenya.
I'll go for the interview because you're interviewing me today. Very clever.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. On a lighter note.
Yes.
Just recently, your president, William Ruto, joined in amplifying the uniqueness and strength of the Nigerian man. What's your take on that? A Nigerian man, that's real deal or?
Should I say that because of you? let me tell you.
Yeah.
Kenyan women love Nigerian men.
Okay.
We've loved Nigerian men for long. Nigerian men know how to play around with Kenyan women and all that. and get away with it. At the end of the day, we love our Kenyan men. We love our Kenyan.
That ends it. That ends it. We're not going further. So thank you so much, DJ Pierra Makena. Thanks for joining us on our set today. Thanks for sharing your experience, your journey, your vision with us. And we do hope we'll have you again here in Qatar and also on
Let's
our
say
set.
inshallah.
Inshallah. But next, we don't want to have you on our set. We want Rika on our set.
I'm going to bring her.
Yes, we want Rika, not you.
Okay. You've had me already.
We've had you, we don't want you again.
I will
So please
definitely bring her.
bring Rika for us and let's have an amazing time with her.
Thank you so much.
Before we let you go, let's do our usual tradition. Every guest that comes to our show, we give them a gift from Carter. It's from the inside, so that
Oh, wow.
yeah, taking love from Carter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is for you to take back to Kenya
Oh my God.
with so much of love
Oh my goodness.
from us in Carter and us at the Inside Podcast.
Oh, this is really nice. This is beautiful. I love gifts.
Oh, really?
I get gifts. Oh, this is so pretty. Thank you. I actually know where to put it in my house. Not even in my office.
In your house. So we're very sure that you're going to be seeing us every day.
Yeah, and that's the reason why my baby sees it. She'll be very challenged. She's like, even me, I want a gift. No, she's ready to come, I promise you.
We're waiting for her. We're looking forward to having her.
Thank you so much.
So thank you so much, viewers. We've come to the end of this exciting episode. I wish we're not going to stop it. There's so much to talk with DJ Pierra Makena. She has so much stories, so much to share. But we have to go. We have to go. And until next time, please take care and make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms. Keep sharing this video. Make sure nobody is left out because this community belongs to us, you and us. So make sure we do this together. And until next time, please take care.